Right, it's a style.
Commercially very successful.
We were going.
3 years before he died, his will was evaluated at $100,000, and when he died 3 months later, it was evaluated at $400 million.
Well,
he didn't tell anybody how many prints he had. He didn't. He didn't tell people how many prints he kept.
Great. No thanks. So
Well,
everybody worked for him for peanuts, and he owned all the property.
but I just I didn't know. I thought he had a brushstroke actually.
Who?
Andy
Winfield?
Warhol.
What does that mean?
That he actually painted a few things.
Oh.
Oh, he did
like
all
some of
kinds
those.
things, but
He never painted any of those soup cans.
at the end of the day.
He projected the shit, and he used graphics process.
Right, but he never
He
painted
had
anything.
a lot of
Did he show you
people
his
in-
scar?
Yeah, I met him in New York.
Did he show you his scar though from when he got shot?
Because I know
his
my
scar.
stepmother had the soup.
I shot
Sounded
Andy
like
Warhol.
scar.
Richard
And his
Avedon took a picture of
scar.
his chest. It's carved up like you wouldn't believe.
Wow.
How many of those soup
Oh,
cans?
I went to the bookstore
Like-
the other day and found Richard Avedon's
There you go.
book.
They weren't Charlie.
I love Richard Avedon.
He has a giant book of all his...
Richard Avedon died while on assignment, just like Cary Grant died while he was doing his one-man show.
When did Richard
never
Avedon die?
got sick. He worked right up until the last minute, and everything he did was precious.
When did he die?
2003, I think.
I loved him.
Yeah, Avedon is the best. Scavallo is interesting too, and then that guy Gorman that works out of Hollywood, he's kind of good, but he's a little
Gorman
too.
did the Indians.
The Indians?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gorman photographed Indians.
Herb Ritz was good too.
Avedon photographed Lauren Hutton, who was my favorite model.
So of your contemporaries, so did you ever have association with Verushka or Carmen, even though they're older than you?
I saw them in New York.
Oh.
When I went through New York, I saw them. But my favorite was Lauren Hutton.
Yeah.
And Jean Shrimpton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Twiggy was interesting.
Pardon?
Twiggy?
Yeah, she was.
Because she had a celebrity for being the waif, the skinny, but
Yeah.
she was actually a very good model.
Of course she was.
And then the Vidal Sassoon with the Edie Sedgwick and all the girls that he did the haircuts on.
No, Vidal Sassoon was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know all that.
He was a great merchandiser too.
No, I go to the bookstores and look through the photography books.
Yeah, me too. Because just by looking at him, they affect you. He has those good pictures of Ray Charles and shit. He has a lot of treasure floating around here.
Wow.
He's just too fucking stupid to cash in on any of the crap because he had too much money for too long.
I can't find him.
Dude, you can find the shit. If you're building a collection so they can put it in a mausoleum with you when you're dead, okay, then fine. But if you liquidate some of this shit, you could pay your bills without fucking cracking a fucking checkbook out.
There you
Wow.
go.
So, did you guys engage in orgies when you were both in Aspen? Was communal sex required in Aspen back in the day?
No, not for me. I
We
skied
have,
and rode racing bikes.
But what I'm basically saying is, have you guys ever done the deed, or are you just paternal friends, or whatever it's called?
Right, we're not.
You don't admit it. You don't accept the conversation.
No, we don't have sex. Never did. I always wanted to.
Well, I can leave the camera on a tripod. You guys can do it right now if you want to.
You need to get paid.
Dude, this is
I
a
need
good
an
camera.
agent.
Dude, where did you get this? You bought this brand new?
Yeah.
And this is like 10 years old, right?
But how you doing?
Everybody's into the new high-tech, high-res cameras,
Yeah.
but a lot of them have shitty glass. This thing has really good glass.
I just want to call you
That's
and make
good.
sure you're still
Yeah,
awake.
it takes a good picture. It looks
That's
good.
the important thing.
It is. And the light in here is
Well, thanks.
diffused nice, and this camera, like he said, I thought it was
Yeah, maybe we need
wasn't
more.
low lux, but it's picking up low res.
Yeah,
low
just-
intensity light pretty good.
Wow.
There.
See, I'm
Is that
seeing it in
okay?
black and white. It looks interesting.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Bye.
So,
Yeah,
are you
I
ready to
always
kill
do.
yourself after 2 days of nightmarish type of activity, or are you relieved now that you did something to affect your reality here?
It's over.
Well, now we'll find
No,
out.
it's just the
what-
beginning.
They did put the blue car. He didn't put it up in front. And he just has to drop it behind the gate.
Dude, they pull the big ass sway bar off the white one. They
Yeah.
take those camber plates and shit. They can put together one bitchin' car that you might get 15 grand for.
Right.
So are they going to put together the labor, and then are you guys going to sell the car and then split the proceeds or do anything like that?
Well, I'll ask Gene what he wants to do. I mean, he's the kind. He'll either know whether he wants the project or not. And Dino Arnold.
Dude, if you give him a big enough carrot, he'll turn that thing into firewood, he'll throw it together and sell it, and you'll
Yeah,
get
but
some money.
sure, October 11th.
Dude, you don't want to wait for fucking
No.
6 months to get the
No,
money.
no, they're having their show October 11th. I'd sell it tomorrow for parts.
Fucking A.
But Dino Arnold would say, Dino owes me. He wrote a thing that he said he didn't. Fuck the deal. Oh, if we didn't go to Barrett Jackson and do something with the 50 Mercury, he would swap the parts of the Mustang for me.
Cool.
But it
Hey,
doesn't matter because they both work for Ford in the aftermarket business and in the hot rod and racing business. So anything can happen. At least we're better off bringing him a Ford than a Corvette.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, now, so what's the deal with the book? Did you initiate the book and then pitch it to a publisher, or did you get an advance, or how the fuck did you get that thing lit up? Because a couple people have told me already that not only bragging about your book, where anybody would read your book because they knew you, but that they've continued to read it every couple of years. So what the fuck is that about? Is it philosophy?
Well, the funny part was that what I wrote about was what was going on in Aspen with fictitious names, but also what was going on in South America, where the roots of Aspen spread to, and in the thing that developed with this Drano, which was opposition against the free people, actually developed into the cocaine wars and the cartels and things that actually went on for 20 years after.
And a lot of the drug business was politically motivated as a way to finance regimes and shit too, right? So there was a lot of CIA interaction in the shit worldwide.
I guess that's what they turned out to be, but you didn't know that. I guess it was just that's how it is. So if I wrote about what I thought was going on, and it turned out to be what was going on, because people didn't realize that the government was going down there to they're going down there to catch people that were doing things illegal, bringing back drugs to America,
so that they could then control the trade and keep the money.
That's what happened, but we didn't know that in the beginning. You just how they were policing the trade.
Well, what about the Johnny Depp movie about the guy that made the deal with the Colombian cartel and brought the cocaine in through Manhattan Beach? The guy that supposedly hid the money under the pier.
Right, I didn't know about that guy.
Nobody did. That's why that movie's so interesting, because he snuck through the cracks, because everything was coming in through third parties, and he went right down to the source. And like Dennis Hopper said when they made Easy Rider, they wanted to make it weed, and he said that's bullshit. You'd never get enough weed in the gas tank, and he said he felt bad that he popularized cocaine, made it glamorous. And then for a long time, cocaine was considered an innocent drug, and just free money, especially for the fact that the CIA used it to finance black ops, so that the senators didn't know what was going on. So your book refers to some of those things?
Well, I think it got worse. No, in the beginning, I imagine the book was just a personal thing, and it was, I think, among, when we were kids, it was musicians and this and that. I mean, it was around, but it was more of a treat. It wasn't a business.
Yeah.
And then marijuana became a business. And the cocaine at some point in the early 70s was smaller and easier to ship and package.
Yeah. But
then when it became, when the appetite in America got to the point where they were, a mass of it was using it in college towns, cities, that more and more of it was needed to supply that appetite. But the other part was in the inner city, in the ghetto, this crack cocaine, as they pretty much say, started out here in...
which is basically freebase, but where rich people do a gram, they put $5 worth of cocaine in the crack environment, and you get a little tiny bit of an effect, and then you chase down another $20 for another hit. Because that's really the only difference, right?
I'm not too sure, because I don't know how they make it, but it was something that they... Or maybe they manufactured along while they make the coke, but it was introduced.
No, it's the base of it. See, organic cocaine you can snort and assimilate through your tissues, so $5 worth of cocaine gives you no effect, but when you base it, it vaporizes, goes into your lungs, and is pumped straight into your brain. So a little tiny amount without adulterants goes straight into your head.
Is that what crack is?
Yeah, crack is just freebase, but in a little crappy little quantity.
Well, but the thing was that it was, base cocaine has always been around. Even the natives down in South America smoke it.
Yeah.
They've always smoked base. But
that's the
but the
misnomer.
rock
You don't burn
cocaine-
it. You vaporize it though. That's the kicker with free base. Is if you burn it, it